Namanda, 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 namanda. Good morning again, everyone. Nice to have so many at this family service. Today, I thought I'd talk about Mottainai. We hear that often and sometimes even jokingly, talking about Mottainai. Generally, it's maybe defined as being wasteful, not to waste things. And so I was looking at a book written by Reverend Fujimura, and he was describing his thoughts on Mottainai and saying that even a single grain of rice, children in Japan are admonished when they might waste or drop a single grain of rice from mealtime. And so he was describing that this single grain of rice is a Bodhisattva. Don't waste the life of a Bodhisattva. So originally, he was describing that Mottainai meant no self-nature. So this is a Buddhist perspective, and that each thing comes into existence because of a confluence of causes and conditions merging together to allow anything to become what it is. And so of all these things, this is for this reason, this one grain of rice is a Buddha. Just recently, here we had our Zoom classes on the Tanisho, and so in one of the classes we were talking about the 5 grave offenses, and one of them is to not kill a Buddha. So even a single grain of rice, wasting a grain of rice is killing a Buddha. Single grain of rice, a reflection of truth, a manifestation of the Buddha. So with this Buddhist perspective, Mottainai, and the ideas and the thoughts and value of Mottainai come into being. And so although we say it sometimes lightly and jokingly, it has a lot of depth in the meaning of what this word can convey and how we see the world. So I have my own Mottainai story that I wanted to share with you. Both Alameda and Enmanji have had Obento fundraiser this year, and trying to stay within our limitations with the pandemic conditions, but still somehow trying to be able to rally around and support the temples. And the one in Alameda, part of the Obento was to have these little cuties, the citrus fruit, kind of like mikan, but they're sold at grocery stores and come in little sacks and cuties. So they had, maybe 4 or 5 cases of cuties, and one of them would be placed with the Obento as people picked up their bags of however many they ordered. They were put in the trunk of their car, and everyone would drive off with their Obento, cuties, and other treats on that day. And so afterwards, there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 cases of cuties still left over, and we're all finished. So a couple of people say, help yourself, Sensei. And usually other people come to the temple, right? And so there are enough people to take some, have some, eat some, and distribute them, and then they would dwindle and be gone. But these days, I'm the only one here, So the Alameda Obento was at the end of September, and now it's the middle of December. So 2.5 months ago is when this happened. So I thought I would try my best to not let them go to waste. So I was eating these cuties every day. In between those 2.5 months, we had another event where the Merritt College pruners came and tidied up our Japanese garden, trimming the trees and the pines, and cleaning everything up nicely. And so the members here always provide them lunch, and because we had so many cuties, that was a part of the gardeners' lunches as well. Then Thanksgiving came and went, and there's still a full case of cuties in the refrigerator here at the temple. So I was trying my best to eat these cuties, not to be Mottainai. Every time I left my house, I had 2 cuties in my pocket, and I'd come to the office, I'm peeling cuties as I eat. I go off on an errand in the car, peeling cuties as I drive. So I'm eating all these. And then it became time for kaki, right? Persimmon. And so different people were saying, Sensei, I have some kaki for you. So, oh, thank you. So they bring me a bag or 2 of kaki, and I love kaki. So I'm eating. All of a sudden, besides kaki, I can't stop eating the cuties, so I'm eating kaki and cuties, okay? So I love both of them. The cuties are really good flavor, so I don't mind eating them. I don't get tired of them. The kaki are great too. So gradually, my face started turning orange. No, not really. I'm just kidding. Just this week, I finally opened the last sack of cuties. I must have eaten over 2 cases of cuties all by myself, okay? So no Mottainai here, no killing of Buddhas. So in this Mottainai reflection, this is our practice to recognize the value of every single thing. Grain of rice, a cutie, kaki, whatever we might have. Sometimes the things we do reflect the truths of the Dharma more than they reflect our own selves or our own values. If we can see the Dharma working through us in the things we do in our life, then maybe we can share the Dharma with our children, our grandchildren, our friends, and talk about the Dharma instead of taking credit or claiming qualities of our own. What do you think? It wasn't me that was practicing to be not killing a Buddha, but it was the lessons of the Dharma that become reflected that we could share this kind of story. Right? So this is my Mottainai story for today. Thank you very much for being here for this service. Now, however you have set up to do, please come up in Oshoko to conclude the service. And we'll light the incense here, but we're kind of refraining from lighting incense. So however you have pebbles or flower petals or marbles or whatever, please come up in Oshoko. So to conclude this service, join me now for Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.